Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is a new series called Smite. Did you know? A to Z. A to Z Smite. Did you know? Did you know? I'll come up with it later. Anyway, it's a new series about learning things about gods that you may not have realized, because there's not really a great way to learn the gods except for just playing them and reading, which anyway, we are trying to grow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ruiner_ii. If you like the video, please come over, give us a follow, chat with us, hang out. If you don't like the video, leave a comment below about why you didn't like it, and I will completely ignore it. Otherwise, let's get to the video. You'll hear my voice. You won't see the beautiful upper half of my face anymore, so I am sorry about that. Let's get to it. Hopefully, I will see you soon.
Achilles.
With Achilles 3, if you hit the first spear, you have unlimited time to cast the second dash. You also have about 4 seconds after the dash to actually cast the spear, which means you have time in between the dash and the spear to use the one to stun and confer more damage, and even weave in autos to make use of auto canceling. So here I dash, use my 1 to stun, auto, 3 auto, dash again, right click out of the spear, and then auto, 3 auto. I could even probably add another auto in between the dash and the 1, but I mean, I'm not that great at Smite, so there you go.
Agni.
Did you know that Agni gets 2 stacks on his passive from basic attacking enemy gods? So try to weave in autos when you get a stun. Also, all 3 of your fire abilities will ignite the noxious fumes, so practice shooting that ability first, the 2 or the ult usually, then dropping your 1 before that ability is finished casting. It does help to put noxious fumes on instant cast for this. As long as you're starting the honey within your hive range or following it up with your 2, honey will do its own damage in addition to applying bees, which does mean, despite common misconception, that honey will proc item effects like bluestone and crusher, even though the damage from bees itself will not. Also, the passive lasts as long as you are hitting autos, so you'd be surprised how much damage AMC can dish out in fights. And finally, to that, did you know that his stinger cripples as well? You can use that to keep people in the fight longer than they'd want to be. Pooch's 1 has a lot of extra effects, including a massive slow and anti-heal. Walking over Pooch's corpses gives you health and mana, but also reduces the cooldown of that 1. So while the 1-3-2 combo does a ton of damage, grabbing 3 corpses also puts your 1 back in action almost immediately with 40% cooldown. So it may not be an option all the time, but it's good to think of the utility that your 1 and 3 provides instead of just as a means of dropping corpses.
Amaterasu.
You need to deal damage 5 times to fully charge your shield when channeling your 2. You can also charge by taking damage, but that is based on taking roughly 2.5% of your HP, and that's not always guaranteed. P.S. You have extra protections while channeling this. So, charging your 2 while channeling your ult gives you huge damage if you can confirm the stun. Start charging your 2, 3 in to close the gap, auto, then ult to fully charge the shield. To get the most out of the damage, try to auto your target 3 times before you ult to trigger the passive, and make sure to refire the 2 just as the ult finishes to get that burst.
Into the mirror.
Anhur is fairly straightforward. His passive has built-in flat pen, so he hits very hard early. Practice your pillar stuns. Enemies take more damage while they're in the slow field, so keeping them in there for longer is better. Now let's talk about Diminishing Returns, or DR. So the more a god is crowd controlled, the less effect future CCs or crowd controls will have on them. Anhur's combo of knock up into pen, while great, it DRs himself, meaning the god won't be as stunned. If you knock up first, the next CC, the stun, won't stun for as long as usual. So some CCs are immune to DR, such as knockups. So in Anhur, the better combo is actually to hit the pin first, then knock up for the longest amount of CC. That is harder to hit, obviously. And also very situational, because using your escape aggressively is always something you want to at least take some time to reconsider.
Anubis.
Anubis' passive stacks up to 3 times and steals up to 21 protections, in addition to increasing his lifesteal. This is essentially built-in flat pen similar to Anhur, but has the added bonus of increasing his own protections, which is why it seems like he always hits so hard and gets away with it early game. Hitting your wrap also activates a tick of the passive, even though it does no damage. Anubis is also immune to knockups in his 1. It says knockbacks, but in Smite, knockups and knockbacks are essentially the same, save for the location that you land. If you're having trouble fighting against Anubis, buy anti-heal. Please, for the love of God, buy anti-heal.
Kuang.
If you shoot out your dragons, your 2, the slow extends per dragon you shoot by 0.25 seconds, but you lose about half of the damage that you would have done through letting them spit out naturally. So, it is a balance. Activating the 2, the 3, and shooting the dragons all reset your auto chain, which has its strongest hit on the 1st and 4th hits. So even though auto canceling is a bit awkward on Kuang because of the attack speed, it does help output damage quickly. Ideally, the combo is auto 2, auto 3, auto, 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 shoot your dragon, auto. With attack speed, this is difficult again to pull off, but I don't really play them that much, so maybe you're better than I. Another thing to note, the initial ult hit does do damage, but if they weren't in execution range before the hit, they won't be put in range by the hit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you could head over to twitch.tv/ruiner_II and give us a follow. We are looking for affiliate and we need your help. It is all up to you. Twitch.tv/ruiner_II. We are raising follows to change my unwieldy username. And we can't do it without you. Have a great day and catch you on the flippy-do.